The first night, the house breathed like a beast. Marble halls stretched endlessly, mirrors watching me like unblinking eyes. I had unpacked in silence, my bag still smelling faintly of lavender soap and old despair. By midnight, the mansion was asleep, except for me. I wandered, listening. Every step echoed too loud, every shadow moved too slow. And then, his room, the billionaire's, my patient. He lay still, his body a monument of paralysis, eyes closed but not resting. Machines hummed softly, monitoring his fragile cage of flesh. I should have turned away, but the sound that froze me came from the chair beside him. A phone, buzzing, screen alight. And her name, her picture, the face I knew too well. My fiancé's smile, preserved in a photograph I had once traced with my finger. His mouth pressed against another's cheek. The woman who should never have been here. The woman who, until tonight, I thought was my best friend. The message preview blinked, cruel and careless. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Same room, same time. Don't worry, she'll never know. The billionaire didn't stir. The house didn't breathe. But inside me, something shattered. Quietly, with surgical precision. And I understood. I wasn't here by chance. The world doesn't break with sound. It breaks with silence. When he left me, 2 days before the wedding, I had thought it was sudden, irrational. His words were sharp, rehearsed. It's not you. I just can't go through with it. No hesitation, no tears. I had begged my reflection for answers, clawed my chest raw with the question, why? And now the answer sat glowing on a stranger's phone. My fiancé, my best friend. Their betrayal hidden not in shadows, but in plain sight, nestled in the life of this paralyzed man who had unknowingly hired me. Coincidence? No. There are no coincidences. Her job, she had said, was private care. She never gave details. I never asked. I trusted her. And here I was, her replacement. The cold settled into me like ice water. Each memory rewrote itself under this new truth. Her sly glances, his late replies, their perfect excuses that fit too perfectly together. I closed the phone, careful not to leave a trace, my hand steady though my veins burned. I tucked it back where it had been, beside the man who could not move, could not speak. But I could, and I would. I played the role, the attentive nurse, the quiet guest, the grieving almost bride with polite smiles and lowered eyes. No one suspected the storm inside me. But I watched, listened, collected. The next morning she arrived, my friend. Her perfume invaded the halls before she did, her voice bright, too bright. She didn't see me at first, and when she did, her smile faltered for a fraction of a second, just enough to confirm what I already knew: she hadn't expected me here. "Ah, so you took the job," she said, casual, forced. Her eyes scanned me like a threat disguised as curiosity. "Yes," I answered. One word, flat. She stayed longer than necessary, fussing over the billionaire as if she owned him. I noticed the way her hand lingered on the blanket near his arm, as if touching him by proxy. At night, I searched, quietly, his drawers, her forgotten scarf, the digital trail she thought she had erased. The billionaire's phone became my confessional, a vault of their secrets. Dozens of messages, photos, meetings arranged during the same hours my fiancé had claimed to be working late. I didn't confront. Not yet. I gathered. I copied. I built a fortress of truth so when the blade fell, it would cut clean, without question. Every smile she gave me, every lie he had ever told me, replayed in my mind as I prepared the stage. The DNA test arrived first. Not for me, for the billionaire. A whisper from the housekeeper, a careless slip. He had suspected something, a child that wasn't his. I opened the envelope in secret, my hands unshaking, my pulse a steady drum. The truth was printed in black and white. The child, her child, wasn't his. But the name listed in the paternal match burned into my skull. My fiancé. Every thread of betrayal wove itself into a perfect tapestry. She hadn't just stolen him, they had built a life inside the ruins of mine, a child, a future. When I confronted her, it wasn't loud. I placed the report on the table between us, her reflection trembling in the polished wood. She read, her lips parted, her skin drained of color. You weren't supposed to see that," she whispered. I didn't blink. I didn't speak. Silence was the only weapon I needed. He came next, my ex-fiancé, summoned by her panic, arriving with excuses already prepared. But I had the evidence. I didn't need words. I handed him the phone. Let him scroll through his own sins reflected back at him. Let him see the messages, the pictures, the life he tried to bury. He looked at me finally, searching for anger, for tears. He found nothing. "Say something," he begged. But I had no interest in giving him absolution. Instead, I turned to the billionaire, the silent witness to all their lies. I placed the DNA report in his lap, tucking it under his unmoving hand. "This is yours," I said, my voice calm, my tone surgical. Her sobs filled the room. His protests crumbled into apologies. But I watched only the billionaire's eyes, and in them I saw the quiet devastation of a man betrayed in ways worse than mine. We were alike now, broken, but awake. I didn't stay. Their cries followed me down the marble halls, shrill and hollow, clinging like smoke. But I walked steadily, my bag in hand, my heart weightless in its ruin. They would destroy each other now. The truth would rot them from the inside. That was enough. Outside, the night air was cold, sharp, clean. For the first time in months, I breathed without pain. Some wounds don't need healing, they need exposure. And as I left their world behind, I realized I had never lost him. He had lost me. Forever.